All right, would you like me to let them in?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Good morning. All right. Good morning. It is 9:32 and um, we will go ahead and get started. Good morning. My name is Melissa Graham, and I would like to welcome you to our presentation on advanced academics in middle school. This presentation will provide you with information about gifted services, also known as advanced academic programs, in middle school, and a preview of what is available at the high school level. If you have questions about the FCPS Advanced Academic Programs Overview, please go ahead and contact your child's advanced academic resource teacher or counselor or the AAP office. On these two screens, you'll see the AARTs who serve your school. If you have questions throughout the presentation, there's a chat for you to type your questions, and a staff member will respond in the chat. If you have a question that you would prefer to speak out loud, please find the react icon at the bottom of the Zoom and use hand gestures to do so. There'll be a question and answer session at the end of the slide presentation. Ms. James.
Good morning. So there are many pathways for students to access AAP and rigorous learning opportunities in FCPS through elementary, middle, and high school. Fairfax County Public Schools Advanced Academic Programs has two main goals: talent development and differentiation to meet the needs of advanced learners. So our focus on talent development reflects our beliefs that all students in FCPS needs opportunities to work with rigorous curriculum and go more in-depth in areas of strength and interest. Students also need opportunities to develop ownership of their learning through reflection, goal setting, and identifying areas of interest. And while we do recognize the importance of talent development for all our students, we also know that support services like those found in our Young Scholars model are important to identify and nurture students and groups that are historically underrepresented in gifted programs.
What does differentiating for advanced learners mean in Fairfax County? So obviously Fairfax County wants every child to be able to be serviced by name and by need, and that's why FCPS, the AAP office, offers this continuum of services so that we can provide multiple entry points for all students, so that all students can access the level of service that meets their cognitive and affective needs. We look for research-based approaches so that students are working with their academic peer groups.
So the FCPS local plan for the gifted includes a continuum of advanced academic services to provide challenging and learning experiences to all students. We believe that academic potential can be nurtured and developed through access to advanced academic curricula and strategies. All students in middle and high school are encouraged to enroll in at least one AAP course, such as an honors course in middle school, per year. And when a student reaches high school, there are additional opportunities that we can talk about in the next few slides. Please note that when we talk about AAP in Fairfax County, we are talking about all of the services described in this continuum. We also talk about specific names like honors or full-time AAP or advanced placement for high school. But the big umbrella is that these are all AAP opportunities. Let's learn a little bit more about the services in middle and high school. And once students go to 9th grade, center students go back to their base school and can take honors, AP, IB, or DE courses.
To help all students reach their advanced academic potential, all FCPS middle schools have an advanced academic program. Students may access advanced academics through honors or full-time AAP classes. Students may have access to advanced academics through honors or full-time in standard level courses, as well as through differentiated instruction. Teachers of all levels are provided professional learning opportunities that allow them to explore meaningful and purposeful strategies, literature reviews, and activities that will deepen their students' understanding in the classroom. Next, we have Carrie Guild, the middle school AART for Carson and Frost, to explain a little more.
Hi, I'm Carrie Guild, and I'm here to talk about the honors classes in the middle school setting. So, as mentioned, all 26 middle schools in Fairfax County offer honors classes. These courses are open access, and students may take 1, 2, 3, or 4 honors courses in core subject areas. Students learn with others who also select advanced courses, and teachers are expected to differentiate to meet the students' academic needs, and teachers are encouraged to participate in AAP professional learning. Currently, select middle schools have an advanced academic resource teacher that is available to support all teachers with differentiating instruction to meet the needs of all learners. And information about the honors classes in middle school can be found on the FCPS public web. Now, full-time AAP centers are houses at 14 out of 26 middle schools in Fairfax County. These courses are for students found eligible through central selection process, and students access academic curriculum for all 4 core subjects. Students are in classes with other eligible students in order to form academic peer groups, and teachers differentiate to meet the academic needs of these students. And teachers are encouraged to participate in AAP professional learning. Now, once students go to 9th grade, students do go back to their base school and can take the honors, AP, IB, or dual enrollment courses. FCPS does not have official local full-time AAP middle schools. However, some non-center middle schools cluster eligible students in core classes. They are coded as honors classes. Once again, these students, when they go to ninth grade, they go back to their base schools and can take the honors AP, IB, or dual enrollment courses. So, what is the primary difference between honors classes and AAP full-time center classes? Honors classes are open access, depth and complexity of instruction to increase for specific subjects, and students learn with other students who have chosen to challenge themselves academically. Students may enroll in one or more honors courses, and honors is offered at all the middle schools. Full-time AAP center programs are at 14 middle schools. Students accessing instruction at the center are found eligible for services through a central screening process. Students are in advanced classes for all 4 core subject areas. However, math is based on readiness. Students are identified as having high intellectual ability and are clustered in classes with peers. And instruction in all subject areas increase depth, complexity, and pace. So I'm moving it on to one of our counselors at Carson Middle School, Miss Ryder.
All right. Good morning. I got here just in the nick of time. Good morning, everyone. I wanted to share just a little bit about what there is to look forward to in high school. I know you are elementary parents, but middle school goes quickly. So just wanted to highlight these things, and all of these things. There's more information available on the FCPS website. But in high school, Fairfax County offers open enrollment in honors courses for students who seek additional academic rigor. And so students have the opportunity to select one or more honors courses in areas that match their interest and their strengths. And the next one you see on the list is advanced placement courses, or AP courses. And AP courses are very rigorous, and it's content designed by college and high school instructors. AP courses are open to any student who is interested in that additional rigor, and students earn high school credit while taking these courses, but they're also able to potentially earn college credit by taking the AP exam at the end of the course. Individual colleges determine what score is required to receive that college credit, but that's a great option to consider. The next one on the list is International Baccalaureate courses, also called IB. And IB courses, that's another opportunity where students earn high school credit by passing the IB diploma course, and they can also earn college credit by taking an IB exam associated with the course. And then last but not least on this slide is dual enrollment. And dual enrollment courses are high school courses taught by a high school teacher who's also a NOVA adjunct professor. And dual enrollment courses allow students to earn that high school credit and then also college credit at the same time. And the number of credits that a student may earn in that course varies, but they have that potential to earn college credit that they can then transfer into colleges that they attend after graduation. So those are 4 great AAP opportunities in high school that students have to look forward to. And again, if you want to learn more about it, there's a lot of detailed information on the FCPS website. All right, so next slide, please. Couple other things that I wanted to highlight. We have some academies and specialized programs in Fairfax County Public Schools. The academies, they exist within a high school, and they offer specialized courses that integrate career and academic preparation. So they prepare students for a variety of different career clusters like health science, information technology, and architecture. So lots of different opportunities, but they're specialized programs within our high schools. The next one you see is the summer residential governor schools, and that provides our high school rising juniors and seniors with intensive educational experiences in visual arts, humanities, medicine, health science, math, science, technology, engineering. So a great opportunity in the summer for additional rigor and enrichment. And then last but not least, you see Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology, and that's a unique FCPS school that offers a program focused on scientific, mathematical, and technological fields. And that high school is located in Alexandria, Virginia. It's a regional magnet governor school for science and technology in Northern Virginia, and it serves applicants from 5 different counties, including Fairfax, so Arlington, Fairfax, Loudoun, Prince William, and the city of Falls Church. But the website for Thomas Jefferson has detailed information about that application process, if families want to learn more about that now. Okay. I'll turn it back over to Ms. Guild.
If you do have any questions about the Advanced Academic Programs Overview, you can feel free to contact myself or the AAP office. Carson Middle School does have curriculum night January 15, where more information will come about the electives, the core classes. I know there's questions about math. That information will be coming in January during that curriculum night. Ms. Ryder, did you want to add anything else to that about that day?
Yeah, just we welcome families to come to curriculum night, and if you're not able to come, that's okay. We will send out detailed communication to families and to schools about everything that is shared that night. I'm looking at the chat for the open access. And someone had asked about middle school honors classes. And so just like in high school, that means that students have the opportunity to select honors courses based upon their interests and, considering their schedules after school. So the honors courses in middle school, they're not dependent upon any score. They're open enrollment for students who are interested. And then it looks like the slides will be shared. So you'll be able to look through these slides again. And then, if you want to click on any of the links to some of that high school information that I spoke about, you'll be able to go directly to that from the slide deck.
And Ms. Ryder, there is a question about the AAP program. My understanding is if a child is in the full-time AAP program, when they do register, there's a little checkbox that you will say you will continue. Also, families, those of you in the full-time AAP program, there will be an email where you will have to respond to say you will be going to Carson and not your base school if you have a different base school. And it's very important you look for that email because there is a deadline. And if you do not meet that deadline, then they will be placing you in your base school. So I have eventually access to that. And if I find that you're not responding to the email, look out for an email from myself to you to reiterate to fill out that form. The form last year came around, I'm not sure. I just remember the due date was around mid-March, I feel like last year, because of staffing for the schools.
And this one, it looks like there's a question, how do we determine your base school? If you go to the Fairfax County website and you type in boundary locator, you can figure out what your base elementary, middle, and high school are.
I also wanted to point out, I'm sorry, that we have students with families here who have students who are going to either Franklin or Hughes Middle School. So the information is the same, but we wanted to make sure that those of you who were not in the Carson pyramid also understood that Franklin, which is a middle school that we feed into, as well as Hughes, has the same information. Oh, or Herndon. Thank you.
Ms. Ryder, there's a lot of questions once again about math. Like I said, the most middle schools are currently in the process of figuring everything out with the math because yes, schools are going to be supporting the kids who are in those pilot programs right now, but we're working on the trajectory and like the courses. So it will all be ready in January for a curriculum night at Carson. I am not sure the date of curriculum night for Franklin or Hughes Middle School. Part-time AAP elementary students will register for honors courses. So students who are in the part-time AAP elementary do not come to Carson if they are not full-time or if Carson is not their base school. So that is a very important thing to know because we've had families where kids may be part-time AAP and they think they're coming to Carson, but their base school is Franklin. So just know that your child would be going to Franklin and then they can register for 1 all the way to 4 honors courses.
And can families just reach out directly to their elementary school AAPs, AARTs if they have additional questions beyond what we've spoken about today? Would you all encourage them to just reach out directly to you all if they've got additional questions about, their child's AAP status or anything at all like that? Would that be something that the elementary AARTs would encourage?
Yes, that would be a good starting point. Absolutely.
I know it can kind of be confusing with the full-time AAP and the honors. If your child is a full-time AAP student, when they register, there's that little check that they will be in an AAP class with other students who are full-time eligible. The students who are part-time will select which honors courses they would like to be in, and they will be with other students who also self-select those honors courses.
I think some of the confusion lies in some of our schools, like Coates, we have a local level. So if you are in the AAP classroom, that does not mean that you are labeled full-time. So what we're talking about is that you're labeled full-time through the AAP office.
With the math trajectory for the pilot algebra, yes, the kids will continue to be moving and trajectory up. And once again, we are working on the courses because we also need to make sure our teachers, because now we're having more high school courses in the middle school. So we have to make sure that they're able to teach those courses and that we're having new offerings. So that's why, once again, we'll all be ready in January.
Carrie, there are a lot of questions about the difference in the actual curriculum for the honors classes versus the full-time AAP classes. Are you able to kind of answer those questions for some of the parents?
Absolutely. So I'm not going to speak about
And maybe
math
go back
'cause-
to the slide.
Okay.
Put the slide up while you're talking. Maybe we could go
Thank
back to
you,
it.
Miss James.
Thank you.
I'm not going to speak about math because math courses are very different. But when it comes to the social studies, the English, and the science courses, the curriculum is actually the same. The rigor is the same. It's just the placement of the students. But each honors course and AAP provide the same rigor. It's the same curriculum. It's the higher level thinking. And the beauty of the open enrollment for the honors courses, if you know your child is loving history and English, they probably would then register for those honors courses. And if science is like they like it, but they don't love it, then they can just enroll in the general ed science class. So it gives that flexibility versus the full-time AAP services. Those students are automatically in like their full-time classes with their other students, even if like, let's just say science isn't their favorite. They have to be in that course, that class.
There was a question in the chat about, let me go back and read it, about what does it mean for 1 through 4 designation and honors? And I'm looking at this slide, and that might be referring to the 1, 2, 3, 4th bullet point down. Students may enroll in 1, 2, 3, or 4 honors courses. That means the core subject areas, so math, language arts, science, and social studies. But correct me if that's not what you were thinking, but that was my interpretation.
Is honors choice available for each grade level or one time before the first year? So honors choices, once they enter middle school, is continuous middle school and into high school. So once again, when they get to high school, it's open enrollment and the kids can pick and choose, the honors, the AP, the IB, the dual enrollment. And it's really, it's nice to have that open enrollment because then the kids are able to choose their passion, like what they really enjoy, what they want to continue to focus on, with the higher rigor and the critical thinking.
And I'll just add, that all of the high school websites have very robust information about their course offerings. And so if you wanted to take a sneak peek at, the opportunities that are there at the high school level, they have all of that information posted there for families to see. So there's so many great opportunities for enrichment and rigor in high school. We have a lot of great things available for our students to look forward to.
Miss Ryder, can you talk a little about the IB program and like which schools? I forget which high schools are the IB schools.
So I know that South Lakes is an IB high school, and if you go to the South Lakes website, they've got a lot of great information about the IB program. They've got an IB coordinator. So South Lakes is one, and that's our closest. And I believe Robinson High School also has an IB program, and Marshall High School. And I believe there's one other, but the closest to us would be South Lakes. And if you're interested in learning more about the IB program, I would definitely go to the South Lakes website, and they have a great IB coordinator if you have additional questions beyond what you're seeing there.
As we talk about all of the academics with our kids, and we know how important that is, we also know that some of our advanced learners, have different social emotional needs. And so our teachers are trained in also identifying social emotional needs or supporting those of advanced learners. Sometimes our advanced learners are perfectionists or maybe have anxiety around test taking and things like that. So we are aware of advanced learners' needs. So that is something else that our teachers are receive professional development in, as well as teaching our advanced curriculum. Another reason why the elementary AARTs were making sure that this meeting came before the middle school curriculum nights, which are after the new year. We wanted to make sure that if you feel as though your child needs to have that advanced academic full-time placement, then those files are due, your referral form is due by December 15th, and we don't have exceptions to that. So December 15th is that deadline. So if you are interested in having your child who is not eligible right now for full-time services, if you would like to submit a referral, please do so prior to December 15th.
I also want to note that there is a lot of academic advising that does occur between the middle schools with the elementary schools. So with the counselor visits, the visits to the middle school, there's a lot of communication. So the students understand what these courses are and, making the right choice about honors courses and electives. And of course, the math placement, which they do get a lot of teacher feedback and recommendations as well. There was a question about dual enrollment courses. I did post the website to the advanced academic programs, but the dual enrollment is a high school program where students can earn college credits through agreements with a college or university. So when they get to high school, I think that Ms. Ryder, correct me if I'm wrong, does that start junior year?
So typically junior year, but I have seen that there's some opportunity sophomore year for students. So
Yeah.
The AAP website has lists of schools that are considered to be center schools. I know that on this Zoom call, that Carson, of course, is a center school. Langston Hughes is a center school. Franklin is not a center school. And I know that we have Herndon represented. So is that a general ed or center school?
They started this year a local AAP center. So they do have the AAP only full-time students. They have 2 classes, I think, full.
This recording will be shared, and your elementary school and AART will be sending that link out to families if you are interested in reviewing or watching it again or sharing it with another family who wasn't able to attend. So that will be the recording will be available as soon as we can get that done. And if there are any other questions, we'll take a couple more minutes and just see, and then we can wrap up our call today. There was one question about talking about the process. Let me go back for the application process for full-time AAP for middle school. It is the same as elementary school, so I would suggest that you reach out to your elementary school AART, but do take a look at the website and follow those steps that we have to submit a referral to your elementary AART. If your child is already in 7th grade, then you could still submit a referral as well. It's the same process.
There was a question about the Western High School. Everything is still to be determined when it comes to what the classes, what the courses are. So we are in the holding pattern as well, not knowing
Ms. Guild, I've got to step away, but I just wanted to thank everybody. And it looks like there's a lot of great FCPS staff members here at the elementary school level that can help you with any additional questions that you have. And, you know, of course, you can reach out to your child's elementary counselor and your child's elementary teacher. And, you know, we look forward to getting to know the rising seventh grade students and families. And we're here to partner with you as we transition the students to middle school and to help you with course selection and academic advising. And so, you know, we're looking forward to that and to meeting folks at January at our curriculum night. I'm looking forward to meeting students when we visit elementary schools and when they come visit us. But you know, there's lots of folks here to help with this process. So I have to step away, but thanks for having me. Thank you so much, Ms. Guild, for having.
Thank you, Ms. Ryder.
Carrie, we had a couple of
yeah.
other questions. As far as some parents were asking about advising for students in what classes they should be taking in middle school. School counselors, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, in January will be meeting with students and will be providing that guidance. So that will come at a later meeting.
Yes, and I have provided a great sheet that I also will be at curriculum night for discussions with your kids. It's which honors class should I choose? So it's kind of like a checklist for each subject. And, you know, based on how they're answering those questions, it will help you to have that conversation with your child about, you know, which courses to choose, at least for the core. And once again, I know the math, there's so many questions and it's in place. I think there's just a lot making sure that we have it in place perfectly before we share out anything. So just be patient and there will be a lot of time for that discussion and the pathway for the math. And at curriculum night, just so you know, the math team will be here. So I know that's going to be a full room. And I know all these questions will be answered by them. And they'll have all the handouts for you with a very organized chart, a flow chart that explains the path of the math courses.
And again, if you have questions about eligibility or if your sixth grader is eligible for full-time services, just reach out to your elementary school AART. You can contact us at any time through our emails. You can also contact the middle school AART, but I encourage you to peruse all the websites that you can. The AAP website is very, very robust. And also the middle school websites have a lot of information as well. So I thank you for that. And with that, thank you all very much.
Thank you.